Hello students, Unit 4 Electromagnetic Induction and Alternating Current continuation video. In our previous video, we learnt about power in an AC circuit. We found that average power of AC circuit, that is P average, is equal to Vrms Irms cos phi. Here in this video, let me see what is wattless current and power factor. Wattless current. Wattless current. Okay, that means watt. We know watt is a unit of power. Here for this current the power will be 0. Okay, that is a thing that we explain with the help of a AC circuit. Okay, here I consider a AC circuit in which there is a phase angle between current and voltage. Here I consider a RMS current, I RMS. Here is a voltage, that is Vrms. This graph shows the voltage leads the current by phase angle phi. Okay, here the current Irms is split up into two perpendicular components. Okay, then one is a component that is along the axis of Vrms. Okay, another component that is perpendicular to the Vrms. Okay, then this component can be written as Irms cos phi, because it is the adjacent side of the triangle. See, suppose it is drawn like this. Okay, for this triangle, this is the adjacent side, it is a hypotenuse, this is the opposite side. If suppose cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, this is adjacent side, so we can write hypotenuse into cos theta. Okay, in order to find this value, but this value is equal to this value, so we can consider this value alone. Okay, for this one it is the opposite side is equal to hypotenuse into sin phi, hypotenuse into sin theta, that means I RMS sin phi. So this component is Irms sin phi. Okay, here Irms cos phi is a component that is along the axis of Vrms, but Irms sin phi is a component that is perpendicular to Vrms. Okay, so the Irms cos phi is in phase with Vrms, is in phase with voltage, in phase with voltage. So it is a active component of AC circuit. It is a active component. Okay, for this the power consumed by the circuit is that is, we know voltage is Vrms, the current is Irms cos phi. Okay, then this current is known as wattful current. Okay, due to this current there will be a power, so it is a wattful current. Then Irms sin phi, Irms sin phi, that is perpendicular to the Vrms. Okay, so is in out of phase, that means Irms sin phi lags the voltage by phase angle pi by 2. Okay, lags the voltage by pi by 2. Okay, so it is a reactive component. Okay, it is a reactive component. The power consumed by this current will be 0. Power is 0 for this reactive component. So this current is known as wattless current, because the wattless current is a current for which the power consumed will be 0. This is a wattless current. Okay, this wattless current only occurs in inductive and capacitive circuit. Okay, occurs only in inductive, that is purely inductive and capacitive circuits. Inductive and capacitive circuit. Okay, see here in this video we learnt about wattless current. Okay, first of all I consider AC circuit consisting of voltage and current are in phase phi. Here we know the graph shows the voltage leads the current by phase angle phi. Here the current is split up into two components. One is IRMS cos phi, that is along the axis of VRMS, and IRMS sin phi, that is perpendicular to the VRMS. Okay, IRMS cos phi is in phase with the voltage, so it is a active component. Then the power consumed is VRMS IRMS cos phi. Then this current component is known as wattful current. Okay, then IRMS sin phi, that is perpendicular to the VRMS, so it lags the voltage by phase angle pi by 2. Okay, so it is a reactive component, for that power will be 0. This is known as wattless current. Okay, this wattless current only occur in purely inductive and capacitive circuit. Okay, then next let me go for the power factor. We know the average power, that is PAV is equal to VRMS IRMS cos phi. Okay, it is a definition equation for power factor. Here it is a true power. This one is known as apparent power. I already told this one is a power factor. So cos phi is a power factor. Okay, we can state power factor is a cosine of angle of lead or lag. Okay, here phi is a phase angle between current and voltage, so we can state power factor as cosine of angle of lead or lag, or cos phi is equal to, that is power factor is equal to P average by VRMS IRMS. Okay, this can be stated as power factor is a ratio of true power to the apparent power. True power, apparent power. Okay, then one more way is there, that is cos phi is equal to R by Z. Okay, this is a equation coming from this impedance graph. This is phi, this is Z, this is R, this is XL minus XC. Okay, if suppose I am considering cos theta, that is cos phi is equal to, cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is R by Z. Okay, power factor is a ratio of resistance to the impedance of the RLC series circuit. Okay, let me see some example for this power factor. Okay, we know cos phi is a power factor. Okay, if suppose phi is 0, in which case phi is 0, that means for a purely resistive circuit, the phase angle between current and voltage will be 0, then cos 0 became 1. Okay, this is for resistive circuit. Okay, then for the inductive or capacitive circuit. Okay, inductive or capacitive circuit. Inductive or capacitive circuit, there must be some angle of lead or lag to the voltage and current. Then phi is equal to plus or minus pi by 2. For that case, cos pi by 2, that is equal to 0. Okay, so we are coming to the conclusion that the power factor will be from 0 to 1. Okay, here let me see some advantages of AC over DC. Okay, first one, the generation of AC is cheaper than DC. Okay, it is easy to produce a AC comparing with a DC. Whenever there is a change in magnetic flux linked with a closed coil, EMF is induced. That is a simple way to produce AC, and that is very much cheap comparing with the DC. It is cheaper. It is cheap to produce. It is cheap to produce AC. Okay, then the second point, that is DC is supplied at a higher voltage. Transmission loss are small compared to DC transmission. Okay, see, the second point is low transmission loss. Okay, if suppose I transmit the AC signal or AC voltage for a 50 kilometer of wire, then the loss is only 5%. If suppose I applied a same distance but that is a DC source, then all the power will be lost. Okay, the next third point, that is we can easily convert AC into DC. Easy to convert AC to DC. Okay, this is done by rectifier, whatever your charger that does. Okay, all the chargers converting alternating current into direct current because the charger having the rectifier circuit. Okay, the next disadvantages of AC over DC. Okay, first point, that is alternating voltage cannot be used for certain applications. Okay, for example, charging a battery, for electroplating. Okay, we need to convert that AC into DC. That is a major drawback of AC. Cannot be used for certain application, used for charging and electroplating. Okay, for this purpose we are using only direct source. Okay, then the second point, at higher voltage it is more dangerous to work with the AC than DC. It is more dangerous. At higher voltage. Okay, it represents as AC. Okay, because at higher voltage, that means higher AC, the flux changes with in fast manner. If suppose if we place a metal nearby the wire, it will be attract. Okay, it will make more dangerous when comparing with the DC at the higher voltage. Okay, in today's class we learnt about resonance in series RLC circuit, then Q factor or quality factor, the next wattless current and average power. Okay, here it is a today's assignment. Here I gave 5 very short answer question, 1 long answer questions. You have to read and write in your fair note. Thank you.